next Wednesday.
Oh, he didn't tell you. Gary's still very much alive.
When an old flame returns.
Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm her legal counsel.
A new interrogation begins.
You got me on here?
We have to cover all of our bases.
You had the oldest reason in the book. Jealousy.
She's the one that probably did this to him.
When the cops find out what I know, I promise you, that's gonna be bad for everybody.
Why are you terrified to tell everybody the truth?
Tyler Perry's Sistas, all new next Wednesday at 9. Watch it live on BET.
What's up, you guys? This is Sheila B. I'm about to do the Tyler Perry breakdown predictions, what I think is going to happen in the next episode of Tyler Perry's Sistas, season 8, episode 2. Y'all, I was trying to find the synopsis. I really couldn't find it. I don't know really what the name of this title is. If I do get the name, then I'll put it in the description. But other than that, I really don't know. But I know it does come back on next Wednesday. Excuse me. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the Tyler Perry breakdown, predictions, reactions from the trailer. Well, y'all, if you're new here, I normally just roll the clip in the background and I talk about it as it's rolling. I do like a voiceover, so that's what we're going to do. Let's get started. All right, so I am going to start with Andy and Robin, of course, because that's where it left off in the episode of Tyler Perry's Sistas, episode 1, season 8. And I'm starting out with them, yeah, because that's where it's left off. All right, so Robin and Andy. I'm so happy that Robin is back. It's like he just dropped off, and I don't know if he needed a pay raise or whatever, but it's like bringing him back is a sense of freshness or whatever, because it was like at first when Robin first came on the scene, I really didn't care for him too much, but he did have like a mystery behind him, like who really is Robin? And then when Gary tried to really bully him, Gary and Hayden tried to bully him, I started rooting for Robin. I was rooting for him because I really wanted to know, you know what I'm saying? Was the outcome? Did he get the money? Like, what was the outcome? Because they never really show. I mean, he did get the money from the loan sharks, but it seemed like we was missing something from Robin. So I'm really happy he's back. He is really like a fresher breath air. It's fresher breath of fresh air. Because it's like, at first I really didn't care for him. Then he started to grow on me. Then I started to like him. And then he just vanished. And I was like, where'd the man go? You know, it almost made it seem like Gary and Hayden bullied him off and he just ran off, you know. So I'm glad he's back. And now he's coming back as like this savior. Like, he's coming back as a savior, because when Andy was really about to tell her motive, why she did what she did when she was about to marry Gary, he came in just like clockwork. And I was so happy to see that. Or whatever. And I'm glad he stopped her. I'm really glad, because you know what I was thinking when I was looking at this trailer and the way that Andy was acting. I had to really go back and think about the way Andy was acting in her in her interviews when the FBI guy was interviewing her. She seemed cocky, but she seemed like she was protecting everybody else. Like she was really protecting everybody else. And a lot of times when a person protects other people, it's almost because they did it. Because she know for a fact they didn't do it, so at all costs, let me protect them. And now I'm really starting to think that Andy probably did it. Because at first I was like, Andy ain't did nothing. She too scary. She wouldn't do it. But I always say it's the person least obvious, because I can't do it. Hayden is obvious. He's like trying to run off. Oh, I'll get to Hayden. But it's almost making me look like Andy did this. And she's the perfect person to do it. Really, because she is looked at as the person that wouldn't do it. You people look at Andy like, Andy ain't gonna do nothing. Andy ain't gonna do nothing. Because I know I do. But she's the person like, yeah. Interesting. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm glad for Robin that he's back. And it's like all the girls are actually happy that Robin's back. And I have another question. Now that Robin is back, what does that mean for the leftover romance between Andy and Robin? Do you all think that Andy and Robin, that they're going to rekindle something? Because I know, yes, she was feeling Jordan, but she wasn't feeling Jordan the way that she was feeling Robin. She really wasn't even feeling Gary the way that she was feeling Robin, because Robin added something different to Andy, that he made her try new things and stuff, threesomes and all, child, just whisking her off on planes and jets. And he saved her. He saved her. You know what I'm saying? And she also helped save him, because she did introduce him to that long shark guy. But yeah, I just feel like, I think Gary felt like his biggest threat was Robin, but then Robin ended up leaving and it became Jordan. But, I don't know. What y'all think? I don't know. Y'all think that Robin and Andy might, because when Robin came in, Andy was looking like, she just looked like instant water or whatever. But that's too much on that. All right, so now we're going to get into Hayden. Like I said, I was saying earlier, I don't think that Hayden did it. I feel like he's too obvious of a choice. I think he's too obvious. He's packing his bags. He's leaving. He was in the car, beating the car up. He was mad that his girl was, sleeping around with Gary. But to me, it's too obvious. It's too obvious. And if it's too obvious like that, I'm always looking the other way. Like, I don't know. But Tamaria came back and it looks like they're threatening each other. You tell me, I tell you, you had motive, you had motive. They're just going this whole back and forth because they knew what happened. And also Hayden is talking about, if I go to the cops, you know what I'm saying, then you can be implicated as well. Because, Tamaria looking at Hayden like, where are you going? Did you do it? Whatever. So he's threatening to go to the cops. But I'm like, Hayden, why would you threaten to go to the cops on that girl when they can very much start looking into you? You a lawyer. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so if your girl slept with Gary, wouldn't that give you motive, Hayden, to go and stab somebody? So I don't know. I think that's a bunch of idle threats. I really think that, Hayden is leaving because he wants a fresh start. His friend is stabbed in the hospital. His girl was cheating on him. He tried to get with Fatima. That won't work. And it's almost like he was just trying to get away, for not because he stabbed somebody, just because Atlanta ain't did him no good. He was messing around with Miss Marie Willis. She embarrassed him. So I just think he just wanted to leave because he was just tired of Atlanta. All right, so now we're going to go to Zach and Fatima. Child, they doing a New Day, Nancy Drew. And you remember that show, what was it, De'Ara from Detroit? I think they slick doing a De'Ara from Detroit. De'Ara, that was actually a really, really good show. And I hope it come back. But it's like they just trying to be little black detectives running around and making little mirror boards to see who did what, interrogating boards and all this other stuff, so yeah, that's pretty much what that is, because they be in the audience right now trying to figure out who did what, trying to find out who has motive. So this is going to be a whole deal this whole season. And that people keep saying, I hope it don't drag out, but it looks like it's going to drag out. Just like Karen's pregnancy. Karen ain't had this baby. Hopefully she'll have it in season 8, episode 32. Whatever. And Robin did ask Andy a pivotal question. Why didn't you tell the police? Why didn't you tell the FBI what was going on? Why didn't you? Because Andy wanted to handle it herself. That's the reason why I think she didn't tell, because she wanted to take care of it herself. And she knew that she had a lot of dirt on Gary. She knew that Gary is capable of murder. She knows that Gary, she knows that Gary has a lot. So I feel like she didn't want to tell because she didn't want to give motive, because she didn't want the spotlight on her, because she's the one that did it. And that's going to be so shocking to see that Andy actually did something like that. So I'm changing. I was saying that it was Penelope, Because at first I was like Hayden, but now I'm thinking he's too obvious. Then I was on Penelope because Penelope too, but you know, she was in protective custody. I'm like, but she's sneaking out and stuff like that. Now I'm really like Andy. And now to come to find out that Andy knows that Gary ain't even dead anyway. So yeah. And then that's crazy too, because if Gary is really if Gary is really only stabbed, then he could wake up and press charges on Andy and say that Andy did this to him. I think she was happier that he was probably unalived. That way she could really, really get away with it. Because he can't talk. That person don't talk. But anyway. So yeah, this is Sheila Bila. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what y'all think. Those are my thoughts on this trailer breakdown. Y'all, they gonna prolong this. So y'all just be ready. Be ready for a ride of interrogation and who shot Johnny. You know what I'm saying? Who killed Bill? So this is what we're going to be doing. All right. This is Sheila Bila. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and y'all have a great day. Bye.